Welcome back to another video. If you're already subscribed, welcome back, my darling. But if you have not yet subscribed, I'm not playing with you. What are you waiting on, really? Subscribing, click the little bell on, do all the things. Like the video, share the video with a friend. Let's get into today's video. So we're gonna call this girl Betty. Years ago, we used to be really good friends. You guys know that my best friend slept with my husband, and our whole friend group knew this. Like, they all knew what I had been through. And I'm gonna tell you guys about the Halloween from actual hell, okay? And why I just don't fuck with Halloween parties no more. I'm scarred. For the rest of my life, I'm fucking scarred from this shit. So, let's get into it. 7 years ago today, okay, bitches? I'm at a Halloween party. This is right before I got on drugs, like really, really bad. I was at a Halloween party, and it was all of our friend group and our men. And I had just started dating this guy. He was whatever. I have a story time coming about him because it was more than whatever. But anyways, everybody else in the friend group was married except for one other girl, Betty. Betty wasn't married, okay? And Betty was dating a guy, so the guy was there, whatever. It was a very typical East Tennessee fall Halloween party. Okay, we're talking bonfire, we're talking roasted marshmallows, we're talking grilling burgers, we're talking drinking Miller Lite and Bud Light. Okay, very typical East Tennessee fall night. Okay, now for me, I like beer, but I have to be in the mood for beer. And this in particular night, I wasn't in the mood for beer. So what did your girl have? She had Patron. For a long time, I actually blamed myself for this shit, but very quickly my friends were like, no. I bring out the Patron, we start having some shots, and we start doing karaoke. Just as soon as we started drinking and having fun, it ended. Picture this, we're all in one of my best friend's living rooms. We were doing karaoke to Britney Spears, Toxic. I can't even make this shit up. We get done doing Toxic, and the guy that Betty was dating, he was like, hey, have you seen Betty? And we're like, no, maybe she's in the bathroom, whatever. We go on about it. They were doing like bobbing for apples or whatever, so we're bobbing for apples. I would say maybe a whole ass hour goes by, bitch. And this guy's like, hey, like, you guys still haven't seen Betty. So we go on a full-on hunt for Betty, and while we're looking for Betty, one of my best friends is like, we'll call him Greg. Where's Greg? It's never the best thing, right? When two people at the party go missing together, and they've been missing for the same amount of time. So we go on a search, very open concept. All the rooms are always like upstairs. So we look downstairs in the den, we look in the backyard around the fire. Like, obviously they're not in the living room, they're not in the kitchen, they're not in the dining room. We check the downstairs bathroom, we check the actual all the way downstairs bathroom. And we're like, well, why would they go upstairs? That's very sus if they're both upstairs. The guy I was dating at the time, he was like, well, I'll go check the driveway. Like, maybe one of them's in the driveway. So he goes out to check the driveway. Of course, nobody's in the fucking driveway. No one's in cars. He looked, but like they weren't there. Yo, like they're not out there. And I'm like I already knew. In my heart of hearts and in my fucking gut, all the way down to my vagine, I knew what was about to happen. So I literally look at this guy and I'm like, fuck. He says, do you really think like that they're somewhere like fucking? And I said, yeah. Yeah, I think this is about to get really bad. He was like, well, fuck, I want to leave. And I said, we're not leaving. Like, we're not leaving. If she has seriously done this, like, this is an issue. The homeowner and my friends whose husband was missing went upstairs. We hear a scream, right? Like bloody murder scream. We all then decide to go run up the stairs. In the spare bedroom, which didn't even have a bed, I think all that was in there was like a computer desk, but there was nothing else. Literally on the floor, she's fully clothed, but his pants are down. You paint the picture as to what was going on, okay? I just remember standing there like
stunned. Like, oh my God.
You all really were that fucking disrespectful. Y'all couldn't even fuck later. And I know, now looking back, that they weren't fucked up off the liquor, because we had literally just gotten it out. We all might have taken a shot, or maybe two. But I know that we didn't even take the third shot until we got done doing karaoke, and those motherfuckers were already gone. So these motherfuckers weren't fucked up. No, they tried to play it that though. So he gets up out of the floor, like acting like he's all confused. They turn on the light was off. And she's like, what's going on? Like they're acting very all like cuckoo, whatever.
She goes, oh my God, you're not my boyfriend.
Well, no shit, Betty. It's fucking Greg. You knew it was fucking Greg. You wasn't in the dark when you walked your ass upstairs.
Stop it. Get some help.
But like the next day we were like, well, they seen each other downstairs. It wasn't like we were in the dark downstairs. They knowingly walked up here together. Like nobody was up here. There was no reason to go upstairs. Bathrooms were downstairs. Food was downstairs. Everything was down. There was literally no reason for you guys to go upstairs alone, aside than to suck his dick, which is what you did, right? Right. So we start to like assess the situation, because like we're all best friends, right? Like all of us are best friends. We're like, what the fuck? Like this just fucked up everything. Like mind you, we had vacations planned the next year together and everything, which I didn't end up going on because I had already gotten full on addicted to drugs at this point. But yeah, that is the story time about the time that my friend, and what made me think of this, you ask? Oh, they posted a picture on Facebook together the other day with their now 2 kids. Yeah, he ended up getting a divorce, a full-on divorce from his wife. So Greg, you literally ain't shit. You literally ain't shit. Got a divorce from his wife. She broke up with that guy. Like 3 months later, they moved in together. And like the next year, they got married, and they now have 2 kids. I'm not saying everyone is sus, and I'm not saying any type of situation like this can't be trusted. But I'm just saying, be careful out there, people. Watch who your friends are. Watch the way they move.
And if you watch this video, hey, Betty.
Hope y'all liked today's story time. It was a short but sweet one. Make sure that you give this video a thumbs up if you like my story times. Also, the very first podcast came out on Halloweeny. Is my stalker stalking me from the dead? I don't know. Find out in the podcast. Go to soundcloud.com or download the SoundCloud app and like Stories of a Chubby Chick with Morgan Shay. Again, episode 1 was let out on Halloween. So down in the description box is links to all of my social media. So if you'd like to follow me on a more personal level, that is how you can do so. And if you would ever like to support this YouTube channel or the podcast or anything else, there is a link to my PayPal and my Cash App down in the description box as well. I love you guys so much. Be sure you subscribe before you leave. And until the very next time, bye.
You are now a part